Well, hello everyone and welcome to the season opening round of Season 7 of the Virtual Open Wheel Series. We are here at the Donnington Prak National Circuit. After a bit of a hiatus for the series, we are back and we are live here on the Val's YouTube channel, where we will be bringing you live coverage of this first race of the season. It will be an 8-race championship, so giving you a rundown of what to expect for today. So we are at the Donnington Prak National Circuit we are round 1 of 8. It's going to be a 40-minute race with a track length of 3.149 kilometers and 1.957 miles. And looking at the schedule that we've got for coming up this season, we start off with the first race here at Donnington Prak. Then on the 10th of July we head to Vallelunga. Then on the 24th of July we head to the Croft Circuit. Then we head to Valencia on the 27th of August. Montreal on the 27th of July, I made a bit of a mistake there. 14th of August in Montreal. 4th September for round 6 in Zandvoort. Then we have Road Atlanta on the 11th of September. And the season will conclude at Interlagos. So now it's time to... Now, without further ado, it is time to get into qualify, which it has 3 minutes left. And right now, it is Jan Granqvist who currently holds the fastest time and he's on a 1:00.114. And he's at the moment on a qualifying lap. He's set a purple middle sector right now in the Squire Esports car, heading into the chicane. He's going to cross the line right now. Let's see where Jan Granqvist is going to go. Does he improve his lap time? Yes, he does. He improves to a 1:00.114. So a very good lap. But he's made a bit of a mistake at the first corner. But this could definitely be... We've only got 8 drivers today, but we could easily have still have a very exciting race. It's going to be 40 minutes. Drivers aren't obliged to make a pit stop. Sven Gilhode has set a really good first sector, 23.2 in the first sector. Let's see what this lap is going to bring him. If there's any issues with the stream, be sure to put it in the comments section so I can easily fix it. So here he goes into the final chicane. Bear in mind, it is the national layout that we are using today. So where is Sven going to go? He doesn't quite. He brings the gap down to just under 600ths of a second, but is not quite able to get ahead of Granqvist. Granqvist is actually in the pits, so I think he might be done for this session. Actually, no, he isn't. He's gone out on track now. Has he gone out too late? But it's going to be interesting. Let's have a look at how Sven Gilhode in the Mazumda Motorsport car is going to be able to see if he can make any inroads on the Squire Motorsport car of Jan Granqvist. We've got a yellow in the first sector, which has quickly gone in. Sven has not set a personal best. I don't think this lap is looking like it's going to be an improvement for Sven. Is Jan Granqvist going to get round in time? No, he is in the pits, so he is done. Sven is not able to get ahead of Jan Granqvist. But let's see anyone else who's on the lap. Max Reichel And he is not. He is done. He is not going for it. He is going to coast across the line. He is finished for this session. Sean Jones is in the pits in the valet. He is done. And I think Adamczyk is on a lap though. Let's see what he can do. Kevin Whitechers has set a very good first sector, on a 23.5, which is 2/10 up on his personal best. I mean, I'm not sure that's going to be enough to challenge for pole, but he said but that middle sector isn't good, so he's going to go across the line now. He really clobbers the curb and he goes right off the track and he's into the wall, and that is it. That is that for Kevin Whitechers. So that is it. So we have our grid then for the first race of the season. So giving you a rundown of how they are going to line up. Jan Granqvist will start on pole in the Squire Esports. A great start for him in qualifying. Sven Gielhode will start in second ahead of Max Reichel and Sean Jones. Then you have Toyota Adamczyk in fifth. Then you have Shazwell Afian in the Typhoon car. Kevin Whitechers in the Falcon car. And Beth Stibbles rounds out the grid in the Mazda Motorsport car. So the warm-up session is about to get underway. Whoops. Wasn't meant to happen. This is my first time doing this for a while, so there might be a few teething issues. And if Massimiliano Raboni has joined the game, he will start from the back of the grid in the valet car. But it is certainly going to be a fascinating one today. Like, we have 9 drivers, but we have some competitive drivers. Massimiliano Raboni, he is quite a fast driver, so it could be interesting to see how far up the order he can get in this race from the back of the grid. He's going to have to start from the back. Raced against him a few times in Formula Sim racing. And he's not the easiest of drivers to race against. He is quite fast. And talking of drivers who have done well in Formula Sim racing, Jan Granqvist has raced in the Pro Championship last year and was reasonably, I believe it was the Pro Championship he raced in either last year or the year before, and he was fairly competitive throughout the season. I'm actually going to get these stats up right now, but we do have a fairly strong field today in this season opening race. And our pole sitter, Jan Granqvist, I'm just getting it up right now. He didn't do the majority of the season, but he was a consistent point scorer when in the races that he did last year. And also to make things clear, like I am supposed to have a co-commentator with me today, but he doesn't seem to be available today, so I'll be calling this on my own, which isn't, so bear with me, I'm not that experienced with this. I'm not that experienced with doing this alone, but so bear with me if there's going to be a few mistakes, but I'll do my best, to say the least, to call the action and be entertaining for you guys. And thank you very much to everyone. Make sure you leave a like, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more races. There's going to be highlights on this YouTube channel of the races as well. And hopefully this race will see quite a lot to put into that video, to the highlights video. But just bear in mind that I am fairly, as I just said, that I am fairly inexperienced with, I've not done this, been calling races alone for a long time, so expect a few mistakes, but as I said, I am going to be doing my best to make the most professional stream as I possibly can. So here comes Massimiliano Riboli, who's saying that Jan Granqvist is currently the driver that is topping the warm-up session right now. I've got the timing screens up right now. Massimiliano Riboli has just set a lap time that is around 10 seconds, 12 seconds off the pace, but this is only warm-up, so you can't read anything into that. But we've got 9 drivers taking part. Hopefully we'll have increased grids as the season goes on. But we are ready. We are almost set to get going here for the season opening race of the Season 7 of the Virtual Open Wheel Series season. The checkered flag is out on the warm-up session, and we are ready to go for the race, and the command has been given to go to the race. I'll be giving you another rundown of the grid once the formation lap gets underway. Jan Granqvist in a very white Squire Motorsport car is leading the way before we get going. And it looks like we have got all 9 cars on the grid as we are underway for the formation lap. It's free strategies. There's no mandatory pit stop in this race, but drivers are allowed to do what they want with pit stop strategy. Okay, so taking a look at the starting grid for this first round of the Virtual Open Wheel Series. It is Jan Granqvist who starts on pole position ahead of Sven Gielhode, who starts in second place. Matt Treichel, who is driving as an independent, starts in third. Ahead of Sean Jones in fourth. Pointer Adamczyk starts in fifth in the Reading Games car ahead of Chazrul Alfian. Then it's Kevin Whitechers and Beth Stibbles is in 8th place, and Massimiliano Riboli will start in 9th place. I mean, this result was taken, so he's not going to be on this from the qualifying results. He's not going to be on that results page. But then, showing you the info for today's race. It is round 1 of 8, 40 minutes in length, and this is going to be the first of an 8 race schedule for this race. And we are ready to get going here at Donnington Park. The drivers are lining up on the grid to get going for the first race of the season. It's going to be a 40-minute race. Here we go. It is time for the first race of the the Season 7 Valves Championship. It's lights out and away we go. And they all bog down quite a lot. I think Gielhode has got the better launch heading up towards the first corner. Are they all going to get through safely? Heading into the first corner they go. And it looks like they have all got through safely. And here comes Sven Gielhode, side by side with Jan Granqvist, going in towards the Craner curve for the first time. And Gilhode has taken the lead in the Mazda Motorsport car, as behind you've got Sean Jones versus Kevin Whitechers right behind, heading up towards the old hairpin for the first time. You've got Kevin Whitechers batting it out with Adam Cheek, heading up towards the old hairpin. But Sven Gilhode has got the start he wanted, but he's gone wide, and he's dropped to third place. What an exciting first lap. He's going to drop to fourth and fifth, and there's been a contact there. Adam Cheek goes for a move and has gone round, and has dropped down the audio. Whitechers more like. It's hard to keep up with all. There's so much going on this first lap, and they head up towards the chicane for the first time. Massimiliano Ribodi has got up to fifth place at the end of the first lap. It's Granqvist who lost the lead initially, but then Sven Gilhode made a mistake, as he got Ribodi versus Adam Cheek heading up towards the first corner, and Ribodi has defended the inside line. But what an exciting first lap. We've got a three-way battle heading up towards the Craners, and then Alfian goes for the inside. That is very aggressive, heading in towards the Craner curves, but is not quite able to get it done. Whilst ahead you've got Sean Jones fending up off Sven Gilhode in the battle for fourth place. 2 minutes already gone in this race, but Jan Granqvist has started to check out up front and we've got a yellow in the middle sector. What has happened here? Bess Stibbles has gone off in the Mazda Motorsport car. Let's have a look at what actually happened, and she is out of the race. That is a shame to see. Let's have a look at what actually happened. Can't quite go back that far, but we already have our first retirement from this race. Gonna get the tower up to make sure you can see the order. We have already lost one car. It's a shame. But Jan Granqvist has really started to check out. The closest battle on track right now, you have Ribodi versus Adam Cheek heading up towards the, not sure what corner that is, but these two are going at it quite a lot. It's Coppice corner that they were going at, and now up towards the S's that we go, the chicane. And Ribodi is really showing another fastest lap, but Ribodi doesn't get the best of exit out of the final chicane, heading up towards Redgate for I believe the fourth time. He's going to try it around the outside, but Ribodi has the inside line, heading up towards the Craner curves. Can Adam Cheek go for a move? We have seen a few dives going up into the old hairpin, but he's not quite close enough this time. And also, Gilhode has got ahead of Jones. Wonder where that happened. But now you've got side-by-side action. He's trying hard to get past up towards Coppice. Now heading up towards the chicane. And he's going to be wanting... Jan Granqvist has got so much pace up front. He's got a 1.9 second gap up front at the moment. And he is checked out. Whoa, Ribodi makes a little bit of a mistake. And this is going to allow Adam Cheek to get the run. And it's going to be side by side heading into the Craner curves up towards the old hairpin. But Ribodi still has the inside line. A real get out of jail card there for Ribodi. Could easily have lost the position. Now heading up towards Coppice. Is Adam Cheek going to send it in towards Coppice? Not quite able to, but he gets a better exit. Now, this is Coppice. I keep getting the corner names mistaken, but he's got the run heading up towards the final chicane. Ribodi doing his best, somehow fending off Adam Cheek, who has been all over the rear of that valet car. got a yellow in the final sector. I wonder, and it's Kevin Whitechers has made a mistake, has retired from this race. Let's see what happened here, why he has retired from the race. Goes into the cane, way too much, oh, way too much curb there. But Adam Cheek is still right behind Rabodi. Kevin, so we now have 7 cars still going in this race. Now we have lost our second car, and whoa, in the background you got Alfian making a mistake in the Typhoon car. But this battle has been raging on for a while, and this is the closest battle on the track right now. With a 5... And whoa, that's Sean Jones making a bit of a mistake. What happened there? Oh, he went way off going into the Craner curves. But Adam Cheek has now dropped back a little bit. He's actually dropped back quite a lot. The gap is now down to 1.2 seconds. Now Rabodi is smelling blood now in the battle for 4th place. He is going to be seeing if he can get past his teammate Sean Jones in the valet car, the other valet car. Could there be a few team orders involved here? It will depend on if Rabodi has more pace. He has charged through the field and did quite a reasonable job to see off that threat from Adam Cheek. But he has dropped back a little bit now. But he has dropped Adam Cheek quite a lot. Now he seems to have found some pace, and Sean Jones has gone wide again. And Massimiliano Rabodi says, thank you very much, I'll take 4th place. So Rabodi up into 4th from the back of the grid. Whilst behind, now you have Sean Jones, and he is surely going to be under threat from Adam Cheek. Adam Cheek has got a fair amount of pace. And what's happened here? Gilhode has got up to 2nd. How has this happened? Here's a replay. And Roychel has gone off. And whoa, almost completely wiping out Gilhode. Gilhode, after that mistake on the first lap, is trying hard to come back. Oh, is that... I thought it was a front wing gone on Adam Cheek. But it's very... with that reading game livery, it's quite easy to give that quite an illusion that the front wing is gone. But order is fairly static at the moment. We've got quite a few gaps now. But could Jan Granqvist is absolutely... But Gilhode has now got the fastest lap of the race on a 1:00.261. So he is going to be trying hard to see if he can get back ahead of Granqvist. the pace has gone down quite a bit from the start of the race. Will we see any pit stops at any point? As it seems that the drivers don't have as much out of the tyres as they did before. Geelhode has taken, though, 5/10 out of Jan Granqvist. On that one, on the last lap. So he is pushing right now. 23.447 in the first sector for Granqvist. 23.404 in the first sector for Geelhode. And this is a 2-horse race up front, it seems, at the moment. Max Reichel still hanging in there a bit. And 4/10 in the middle sector has Geelhode has taken out. Let's see how much he's caught up to. Another 2/10. So he's taken 6/10 out of Granqvist on that first lap. I'm not sure what... I mean, it could be that Granqvist is just basically holding the station, just saving the tyres. He's got a comfortable gap right now, but if he wants to maintain the lead, he needs to kind of get a move on a bit. Well, Sean Jones is starting to now catch back up to Riboli. Who is 10.8 seconds behind Max Reichel up front. We've got 7 drivers still running at the moment. We had 2 retirements in the form of Kevin Whitechers and Beth Stibbles, who both are out of the race. And Sean Jones is now right behind Massimiliano Riboli in the battle for 4th place. And wow, Sven Geelhode is now, the gap is down to 3.4 seconds. I'm not sure if Granqvist made a mistake or something, but that is quite a reduction. I mean, it's less of a reduction than last lap, so I'm assuming, I don't think there was a mistake, so I'm thinking that Geelhode just has a lot of pace right now in the Mazda Motorsport car. And Riboli is really, just doesn't seem to be that comfortable in the car. It looks like the rear is sliding a lot, especially when you look on board from another car. But he's doing a good job to fend off the threat from Sean Jones, and Sean Jones actually goes off. But doesn't appear to lose that much time. From that mistake. He doesn't seem to be as comfortable. Whoa! And Sean Jones, he does well to catch that. I thought that was going into the wall for a minute. 2.6 is the gap up front between Granqvist and Geelhode. Could Geelhode catch up to Granqvist? He is flying right now. He took 8/10. Granqvist appears to be struggling a little bit in race trim. And this is bubbling up that this could get quite interesting towards the end of the race. Although on that lap, Granqvist did respond, and he did a 1:00.7, which is a 10th quicker. So Granqvist has now responded to Geelhode. (23.4) in the first sector, 23 for Granqvist, 23.5 for Geelhode, and we got a yellow flag in the first sector. Oh, Sean Jones has gone off. Another mistake for Sean Jones. It's not been the easiest race for him. So what happens here? He goes too much speed and he goes onto the grass and he spins off. And he's lost a position to Adam Cheek. Granquist has responded now. He is done a 100.564 on that last lap and a 100.751. I personally think what was going on there was that Granquist may have just been saving his tyres a bit, comfortable with the gap that he has, and just saving his tyres a bit, and was content to let Geelhode close in that gap a bit. I mean, Geelhode will be ruining that mistake that he made on the first lap. Because he did take the lead and then he just threw it all away by making a mistake. 23 minutes left on the clock. We're almost half distance in this race. Oh! Oh! Granquist has gone off! Granquist has gone off at Redgate! And he has now let Sean Geelhode through. He's stuck! He's beached! What has happened there? Let's have a look at a replay. How did he do this? He just lost the rear and overcorrected. And he did nerf the barrier. He has got going. He's down to third. And now Sven Geelhode has taken the lead of the race. Oh, what have you done, Jan? He's thrown it all away. He had a comfortable gap up front. And now he has thrown it all away. And Sven Geelhode is going to be saying, thank you very much. I'll take the lead here. Wow, the race has taken a turn. But it's not necessarily over for Granquist yet, because he is going to be doing what he can. He had really good pace. And will he be able to close that gap up? And we got a yellow in the first sector. Oh, it's Riboli has gone off. Riboli has made a mistake. This car is proving quite hard to handle. I don't think anyone has had a trouble-free run today. Let's have a look at what happened to Riboli. He just lost it on the exit. Another mistake. This is proving to be a very tough race. So, a lot can happen in this. We still have 21 minutes to go, and a lot can happen. We've already seen Sven make mistakes, and we have a yellow in the first sector. I wonder who that is. I think it might have been Shazbro Alfian who's made a mistake. I saw his timing kind of drop back a bit. Let's see what happened. No, it wasn't him. It was Riboli. He went off again. I do wonder if we're going to see any pit stops, because all the drivers just seem to be really struggling out there. But these tyres just seem to be dying out. Will there be a no stop? It'll be a no stop race, or will there be a pit stop? And we have another yellow flag in the first sector. Don't know who that was. Yellow in the middle sector. And Granqvist is out! Granqvist! We have lost Jan Granqvist from this race. What has happened? He lost it! Oh no! What have you done, Jan? He was dominating this race. Riboni's got past Sean Jones, and Sean Jones has got no rear wing. What is going on here today? And it seems that he lost it earlier in the lap. So we're going to see a pit stop from Sean Jones, definitely. Because he's... But everyone is struggling now. Let's see what happens here for Sean Jones. In the pits. It's going to be a longer stop because of all the... Because the damage that needs to be repaired. But let's see what his pace is like. Because this could be interesting when we see what all the other drivers are doing. To see if we're going to see any more pit stops. It's a very long stop because he's got a rear wing to repair as well. And he's going to lose a lot of time. But the only driver that appears... I think Sven Gielhode has played this really smart. I think he wasn't really pushing in the early stage and wasn't taking much out of the tyres. And now he's going for it. And he is still going at low to mid 1 minutes. And is really unleashing a lot of that pace that he seems to have saved. As out of the pits comes Sean Jones. And surely someone is going to pull the trigger and take that risk to pit. Like at the moment, Sven is the only one lapping in the 1 minute mark. And he is about to put a lap on Shazrul Alfian in the Typhoon car. Let's have a look at what pace has Sean Jones got on these fresh tyres. He makes a bit of a mistake there. What pace has he got? He crosses the line. He lost a bit of time in the final sector, obviously, as a result of making that mistake. But now let's see what lap times he is going to be producing. He was almost a second quicker than Alfian, who has just moved out the way. Alfian is a lap ahead. Of Jones. But Jones has got more pace, so he's gotten through, and he's probably going to pull away. And he has got really strong pace out there, although he's going all over the road at that last chicane. Let's see what lap time he does. He does a 1 minute 8. Max Reichel's done a 1 minute 7. So this surely is could prompt. I mean, we're not sure how long it is for a pit stop, what the pit stop lap time, but Max Reichel has got a 24-second gap back to Adam Cheek behind. Could he go for the pit stop? If he can't catch up to Gielhode, although that would put him back quite a lot and it'll be quite hard, so he's probably going to go to the end. But Surely someone is going to pull the trigger and go for the stop. Seeing the pace that Sean Jones is going at right now, with 14 minutes to go, I mean, why not? But Gio Hode's pace is still absolutely electric. A 100.3. So he's still going at this kind of pace this late in the race. He has conserved his tyres. Been really smart about the way he's conserved his tyres. Quite clearly, because he is still going at very strong pace. "13 minutes to go in this race right now, and everyone is fairly spaced out right now. Sven Gielhode is not backing off though, he is going for it. But we saw what happened to Jan Granqvist, so he needs to be careful. He's got a good gap behind, and all he needs to do is just bring the car home. But apparently, according to Jan Granqvist, like the car really hit a massive cliff, and in his words, it was like he was driving on rims at the rear towards the end of his race. Real shame for him, but goes to show that can't state anything is done until the checkered flag is out. But Sven Gielhode looks pretty comfortable in this car. He's got a 12-second gap back to Max Richel. Really clipping the curbs hard. And he's still going at incredible pace. Did a 101.0 on that lap, which is not as quick as he has done. But it is still at very strong pace. So 10 minutes left in this race. at Donnington Park. And Sven to the 1:01 minute point 9, continuing to extend that gap. Although Reichel has actually taken a little bit of time out of Sven. Ooh, been a bit squirrely at the rear there. Let's see what Reichel's line is like. But with 8 minutes left of the race, to be honest, it's going to take a mistake from Sven. A little bit onto the grass there through the old hairpin. 13 seconds is the gap at the moment. Now it's down to 12.8. Apparently Sven made a minor mistake somewhere. He may be, I mean, Ryan, who's the team principal of Mazunda Motorsport, may be referring to that squirrely moment. He's got a bit of traffic ahead, has Sven, like there's Massimiliano Riboli to put a lap on. But really it can be said that Sven and Jan were in a different league to everyone today, but then Jan made a little bit of a... Obviously Jan made quite a big mistake, which then obviously put him out of the race, where he was struggling with the rear of the car and then he ended up losing it and eventually retiring from the race. But 5 minutes left and it is looking really good for Sven Gilhode to take the season opening victory here at Donnington Park. And I think we have seen some exciting racing. It's a shame that we didn't have as big a grid as we could have had. But when there has been close wheel-to-wheel action, it has been really close. Now you had that battle between Adam Cheek and Riboli, and also Sean Jones as well, who is still going 2 laps down. Obviously with his fresher tyres he's still... Whoa! Who's that? Is that Sean? And Sean Jones has gone into the wall. I said he's still going. I may have jinxed him. Sean Jones has gone into the barrier. I was about to say he's got really good pace right now. I may have jinxed him. This is what happened. Going into Coppice, puts a wheel on the grass, and then there's no way you're recovering that. But he should still be classified though, because he's completed over 70% of the distance. So he will still be classified. So we have 5 cars still running. With 3 minutes left on the clock. And Gioho doesn't seem as hooked up as he was before. He's looking a little bit less comfortable. I think the tyres have started to go on that car. But what a drive he has done so far. Still got a minute and a half left to keep control, but he can just cruise now. But it's not in a racing driver's nature to cruise. Like when you're in this position, like sometimes, like when you're in this position, like I found this when I was driving in a really good position in the FSR race around Azure in this year. I was in a really good position, and I kept telling myself, you don't need to push, you're in a good position. But it's just not in my nature to ease off the throttle and not go for it. It's not in a racer's nature. So it's easier said than done to ease off if you're in a good position. We've seen so many occasions where drivers needlessly push from when they're in a good position and end up stacking it in the barrier. I'm assuming that with it being around a minute lap, there's going to be 2 laps left, so we're on the penultimate lap here at Donnington. But that's the thing, like Sven is probably having one part of his brain telling himself, ease off, you've got a good gap. But another part of his brain just won't let him. Oops, someone's picking up dust. We've got yellow. Who's that? Someone's gone off there at this corner, and it is Raboli. Did the same thing that his teammate did, but didn't quite send it into the barrier. He was able to keep it out of the barrier. So Gilhode has started his final lap, and he went off on the first lap, but he has fought his way back up, and he put himself in a good position that when Granqvist's tyres fell off, he was there to pick up the pieces, and he mastered the tyres to perfection. When he was behind the cars, he saved them to the point that he has tyres left at the end. And the fact that he has maintained such consistent, strong pace throughout the race. Quite incredible. And he's surely a favourite to win this championship. He rounds the final corner. It is Sven Gielhode who takes the first victory of the Season 7 in the Vowes Championship. Gielhode takes the victory for Mazumda Motorsport. It's a great start to the season for Gielhode. A great start for Mazumda Motorsport. Max Reichel comes home in second place. Third place will go to Adam Cheek. He is coasting his way round. Why is he going so slowly? Is he running out of fuel or something? If he's not careful, Riboli could have a run. Maybe he's underfueled himself. He's out of fuel, I think. Almost, and he's just going to come home to take the final podium position. And then fourth place goes to Riboli, who was actually exited. And fifth place goes to Alfian. So, that is the first race of the Vowes season that is being completed. Taking a look at the full result. It's Sven Gielhode who has taken the first victory of the season. Second place was Max Reichel in the Valet Esports car. Well, not in the Valet Esports, he actually drove the default car. In third place it is Piotr Adamczyk for Reading Games Studios Racing. Fourth place goes to Massimiliano Riboli in the Valet car. And then fifth place goes to Shazrul Alfian in the Typhoon car. Sixth goes to Sean Jones in the Valet. I mean, he didn't finish, but I think he will still be classified. And then the retirements were Jan Granqvist, Kevin Weichers and Beth Stibbles. So, that is the first race of the season that is now complete. And whilst it did get a little stale towards at some points, it did have its moments. Despite the lack of cars taking part, it did have its moments. But that is it from the season opening round. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you for round 2. Goodbye.